The views and opinions expressed by guests and/or comments are those of the persons who submitted them and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcasts. Any content provided by guests are of their opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company of any individual or anyone or anything.
Let me take you to my world, yeah, baby.
Excuse me, miss, don't mean to bother you, but I just couldn't help but to notice your style and your profile, the way that you carry yourself. Unlike any other cutie with a small waist and a big booty, you got that down-earth type of class to give you that inner type beauty. No weave, no fake nails, everything on this gal original. Pretty skin, pretty smile, have a nigga hormone running wild. With a figure to have a grown ass nigga and a state of shot to mesmerize. Just walk by and say hi, there's no nigga, young nigga fantasize.
Let me take you to my world.
Let me take you.
I was. I got a cold. I got a cold today. Oh man. Welcome everybody. Let me see. Anybody came in yet?
Man, they out Cinco de Mayo.
You know what? I forgot all about Cinco de Mayo. Somebody reminded me earlier. They go, Jessica. What's going on, Jessica?
Yeah, Jessica in the house. Jessica said she gonna Cinco at the house. I already know. You got your margarita already ready, don't it? At the house.
Nothing wrong with that. Let these people get on here. I should have put out another disclaimer. Tell them folks y'all need to be on time so we can get started. We got a lot to cover today. And not that much time to cover it. We like Smokey and the Bandit. Jessica said, yes, ma'am. She is at the house with that margarita ready to put it down.
I'm telling you.
What's wrong with that?
They gave us a little margarita mix at work. You know, they did for the residents. And so, you know, we got the little 4 margaritas. I said, I'm gonna take it to the house, put a little something in. Don't worry about it.
What's up, Wayne? Wayne in the house.
Hey, Wayne, what's going on, Wayne?
I need you to call in, Wayne. I need you to call in.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Wayne. Don't do it.
Look, it's gonna be enough call. Well, it ain't current call-ins, but the call-in was I'm so ready for this show. I don't know what to do. Couple more people in here. We'll go on here and get this thing started. Oh, I forgot to put my banners up. Tell y'all what we talking about today. Oh man.
Well, yeah, I don't see it up there, but I see it on the thing.
Let me edit this out. That ain't what we talking about, y'all. That ain't what we talking about. Then after this, we'll be ready to get this thing going.
How's y'all day? What y'all do? I've been this brain, this barometric pressure got me down bad. I'm talking about I've been swole all since yesterday. I barely made it through work. My peptides, they kicked in a little bit, but they ain't kicked it. I think the pressure is a little too high today. I need some real I need an opioid.
Uh-oh.
I need an opioid.
Don't do it.
I need an opioid.
That's that late for work stuff.
Shoot. Oh, and then it got even worse. Like it was bad, you know, at work. But then once I got outside, actually in it, just walking to the car and driving, I barely made it home.
That ain't good. Miss Drea in the house. All right, y'all. We got 6. Let's get one more person. Let's hit 7. Well, we should have hit 5 since Cinco de Mayo, but
right.
There goes 7 right there. Hey, look.
There goes 7.
The reason I'm so excited about this show, not because of the topic, but that's all good. But today we are revisiting one of our first shows ever that we did. And what I want you guys to do is kind of pay attention to the camera setup.
There.
The topic still reigns today, so that's a good topic. But I just want y'all to see the progress that we made on the show from 2020, because it started in 2020 when we first started. And what we're gonna do, we just gonna kind of go through these clips like it's like you watching the show, but you can comment. And after each clip, if you want to call in, feel free to call in. Don't call in to the number that's I'm gonna put the number up. Don't call in on the old number because we was throwing that joint out there because people were calling. We had a lot of calls back then. Misidentify, hey, how you doing today, fam? Okay, since we got so many clips, I want to go ahead and get this thing started. And don't y'all laugh at us. Don't y'all laugh at us. We've come a long way since these first days. Wait a minute. Having technical. Here we go.
How y'all doing? Welcome to In the Clutch, Sports Talk, and More podcasts. I am Shownuff Sharita, and I got two cohorts over here. Y'all introduce yourselves.
Go ahead, CEO.
I was gonna let you go first, dum. You always go first every other time.
Y'all
know who I am.
T-Will, the names is at the bottom. If you got a problem with reading and understand names with 4 letters on it, then we got a bigger problem.
Oh my God.
It's actually 5, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Y'all, please.
Tomatoes.
Today's topic is: have you gotten into a relationship and you asked for monogamy, but once you got into that relationship, it was a little much for you? So we're gonna talk about that today. So we're gonna jump right on in. But before I begin, please, we want phone calls on this today. I know y'all gonna talk about this today. So the phone number for you to call in is 901-734. I'm sorry, I'm hearing myself. 730-6955. 730-6955. The area code is 901. All right. So are you guys practicing monogamy in your relationships? I'm gonna go with you first, Terry.
He better be. Cut your mic off, Tommy.
Man, I ain't want my wife to hit me, man. What kind of trick question is that?
I ain't gonna answer to that one.
Oh, you trying to get me skipped, man?
Look, she asked a question. I ain't gonna answer to that one.
What was your question? What was your question?
Y'all can have an open relationship.
No. The only thing gonna be open is my head if I was to try to do that. No, we don't practice that. Matter of fact, it's we going on 1 year anniversary, newlyweds. So thank you. So
somebody, it's always the same person who does not mute their phone before this show starts. But I ain't gonna say no name. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, well, yeah, it's me. I'm trying to get calls. People call me now, ask me about. Look at it. I'm sorry. But anyway, I don't know. I'm good. I'm a newlywed. Things are going good. There are some things that could be better. We'll elaborate on that more so on the show. Some of my fault, some her fault too. So me and her had a conversation right before the show, trying to gauge her to see how she was feeling. But she know I'm telling the truth on the show. I'm gonna tell the truth on me. I'm gonna tell the truth on her too. So be ready for it. So she should be on right now. So just be careful what you ask me.
Okay. Daryl.
Look, man, I'm gonna say this. T-Will. That's all I can say.
He gonna always be him.
Yeah, he gonna always be him. Yeah, I'm practicing a monogamous relationship. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Bullshit.
Short and sweet.
No. We are practicing a monogamous relationship. It's things. We've been together now. What is
About
it?
15 years, man.
Nine, no, 15 years. It's been like 9 years.
Yeah, but it just, you can give me a little cred. I was the one to introduce you to it. Do you remember that? Back at the picnic 9 years ago, you don't remember that?
No,
Are you saying like that? Oh, no, you had. No, you didn't. You had your eyes on her, and you was telling me about it, and you said, "I really, really like that beautiful thing right there." And look what happened 9 years later.
We had already been talking for a few months then. See, I don't put my business out there like this. So yeah. When I told you that, it was like I was like letting the cat out the bag, but that was something that was, it was already in the works.
Okay, no credit for me. Anyway, what's up, showing up? What we talking about?
Okay, I'm trying to. Y'all done went blurry. Terry, you a little blurry. Anyway, the reason I chose this topic today because I was privy to a conversation, and they were talking about getting married or getting into a committed relationship, and most times it's the woman that asks for the monogamy. Meaning, we're exclusive. You ain't seeing nobody else. I ain't seeing nobody else. Okay. But I think the problem comes is you ask that man, and I'm gonna go with the woman's side. I know it's men too, but I'm gonna go with the woman's side. You ask for that exclusivity and you ask for monogamy, but then that person's sex drive is much higher than yours. And then you tend to, not withhold the sex, but you don't want to have as much sex as that person. Normally it's the husband or the boyfriend. So that's why I posed that question. And what do you do in that situation? So what do you think would happen if you got into a relationship with somebody and you have a very high sex drive? You want to have sex 5 times a day, 7 days a week. And at some point, it was all good and cool in the beginning. But now y'all have been together. She done had your children. She got a full-time job. She's stressed. And she don't want to do all that no more. What do you guys think would happen in that situation? Daryl?
Well, I'm gonna say this: situations change in relationships, marriages, and all of that from when you first met until whatever happens in that relationship. And I'm gonna say this, and this how I look at it. When you get married or you young and you in a relationship, what you commit to at that time, you really feel like you can commit to it forever. Over the course of time, just like you added, when kids get involved, when jobs get involved, and other things get involved, of course, you might have had more time. Let's say you was 23. You probably got less time when you 33, 43, 53 than you did when you were younger. Right. So at some point, I feel like at some point, marriage or relationship is a contract. So at some point in time, you should look at that contract and reevaluate what's going on with that contract. Is it something we need to, and you might not agree. And then at that point, you at an impasse because you got to either say, we're going to keep doing what the original contract said, or we're going to adjust this to fit both of our needs. And it's got to be something that both parties agree to, because if both parties don't agree to it, then of course it's going to be some kind of issue. And, when you feel like as a man or a woman, because I think, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know, she might not want me to say this or not on air, but shoot, Patrice wanted more than I do. That's being for real.
No, it's the same thing with me,
that's
man.
real.
Same thing with me. Yeah.
So I don't know if that's why, because I'm a little older. I mean, I got a theory.
Do you take Geritol? Do you take Geritol?
I take vitamins every day. I take some daily Centrum gummies.
Centrum 50s.
Yeah,
I said Geritol.
No, I don't take Geritol.
No.
Is there a difference? I didn't know it was a difference.
Yeah, you know, that's the old school stuff. It's a big difference.
No,
And
I
I
don't take
think
that.
you brought up a good point, because for the men, sometimes it's mostly like a medical situation as to why they can't, I won't say keep up, but why they no longer want it as much as the women. Because see, as y'all age, it goes down. As we age, it go up.
I'm sure it's a reason for that.
What?
I'm sure it's a reason for that.
What's the reason?
I don't know. I'm just saying it gotta be a reason for it.
Man,
It'd be so funny going back looking at the old clips, because we trust me, we enjoyed it so much back in the day. Just doing those. But on the point that what we're talking about, the subject is a very serious subject. It's something that people need to, you know, be aware of when they get into these relationships and marriages and everything. And you know, look, this show was in 2020, it's 2026. I still feel the same way. At some point you have to sit down. And I think I was going too far when I was saying, like, change the contract. And let me clarify, I don't mean like change your wedding vows and all of that. I'm talking about the conversations that you have before you get into a relationship, the conversations you have before you get married, you know, about what your expectations are and all of that. Because sometimes, you know, things just change. And like Sarita has said on there, you know, now I don't give you, the woman can say, you know, I don't give you some kids, I'm working, I'm doing all of this, and it just, that sex just ain't the priority right now. And I get that, but at some point, some party is gonna get frustrated with either not getting enough or being requested to want to do it all the time. So that's basically what it's gonna end up coming up to. And Sarita's having Xfinity, our favorite internet provider, is having they doing work in her area, so she might be coming in and out. But what you guys think about the old format, the way that we was doing it, and you know, compared to now? Now we got the background. We got a background. We got you know, the audio is a little better. You know, we don't stepped up, but like Sarita said, we were way ahead of our times in 2020. We really were. So y'all go ahead and comment, and I'm gonna go straight on to the next clip, because we got like 5 or 6, maybe 7 clips that I want to show y'all, and it's gonna get very, very interesting. Yeah, we like the new setup better too, Donna.
yeah, we you know, we had to up our game. You know, we learned better, but we did better.
At the time, that was it though.
Yeah.
At the time, that was all we had. So we did what we did. I just, you know, 6 years later, here we are, still on here trying to do our thing. But let's go to this next clip. I'm ready to get to clip number 3. That's the one I'm ready to get to. But let's get to this. Y'all check it out and comment, and we're gonna put the number up if y'all want to call in.
Sarita, you also have to take into consideration, not just speaking for the man, but for the woman, of what that person goes through. Like me personally, the hours that I used to put in at work, and my job, it never stopped. So, I mean, it was a 24-hour type of environment, even though, you know, I was working primarily during the day. But when you come home, you got to be able to know how to differentiate home from work. Because I was always mentally thinking about the job all the time, and not more so cutting it off at that point once I get home and start, you know, catering to my wife or that type of thing right there. So I think that was and I'll take the blame for that. But you have to look in deeper. It's not more so that you aren't, you don't want to do it and all that. I used to be like a racehorse. I can do 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. I just can't do that no more. But I can still get to it, but it's a way of actually doing it. But from a woman's point of view, what you can do to help the man is, for example, and I'm not speaking of what's going on in my household, but you ladies that wears wigs, frontals, and all those type of accessories, when you get ready to, you have that on all day and you come home from work, you can't sit up there and come home and put your wig or your frontal on the hook like a coat rack and then put your do-rag on and you become Tupac in 5 minutes. I mean, that's not attractive. You know what I mean? At least keep your wig on or your frontal on just a little while longer, or go to the bathroom, change up, take it off. If your head's sweating, take it off for a minute, hang it on the hook. But when you come back out that bathroom, have it on your head. Give me something nice to look at. So that's just my personal thing. Not saying it's going on in my household, but I'm just saying you have to be presentable to your mate. You just can't do what it took to get that person, whether it's a man or the woman. You can't do what it takes, and then once you got them, you lose some of that sexiness or the stuff that you used to do. You lose that. So
we're gonna lose that battle. So I ain't even gonna go there.
Oh yeah, because I'm finna.
Yeah, that's one of the things you just got to take. I ain't even finna. I ain't gonna argue. I pick my battles, and that ain't one of them I'm gonna pick.
Thank you, Daryl, for being very smart about this. Mr. Terry, now I understand what you're saying, and yes, you should, keep it sexy, and you should keep it presentable for your husband. And by the same token, that husband should continue to do what he did.
I said the same thing, sweetheart.
Well. So
that's what I said.
But it's mostly always put on the woman. And this is the thing. Of course, we do all that in the beginning because that's just called courting and dating. Of course, you ain't finna try to holler at me if I just got my sweats on, no makeup, and my wig ain't on. No, you're not gonna try to holler at me and try to talk to me and have a relationship with me. So yes, I'm gonna dial myself up every time you see me. Now, human nature. We human beings. We're not robots. So we're not gonna put on all of that and keep it on all 12 hours a day because your eyes feel like it got to be entertaining.
I didn't say 12 hours a day, but I said if you work 12 hours at work, if you don't wear your wig, I bet you're gonna get up a couple hours early to make sure that wig is on straight, that frontal is on straight. If you're gonna do that, you work that 12-hour shift. Can you make it 14 hours? Just give me 2 hours with it on.
No,
just give me 2 hours with it on.
No. She's being presentable to go out into the public. That's what she's supposed to do.
Okay.
If she's your wife or your girlfriend, then you love her for her. You don't love her for the facade that she has to put on at 8 hours a day in her job.
That's why I don't like makeup.
But regardless, even if
but some folks need it though, Daryl. Some folks need it.
I'm gonna need somebody. 901.
Some folks need it.
730-6955. Where is my backup at? Because I know y'all got something to say to Terry.
No, well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Well,
but some people need that makeup. Now I know Daryl was sitting over there. I know Patrice got her eyes right on the video. I know she's looking at it, so I know you don't try to be, politically correct, but we're gonna put you on the spot too. Patrice, I'm gonna put him on the spot. He's gonna answer some questions before we leave here today.
He gonna answer after this commercial break. How about that?
Yeah, let's I mean, we got some good comments and all of that. But we need to get these sponsors in. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. And don't y'all go nowhere. I got somebody that got something to say on the phone line, but y'all hold on for this quick commercial break. Lily May handmade aromatherapy products offer several essential oil-based and fragrance-based products. Our line includes a myriad of body butter, creams, bath bombs, lip balms, and so much more. Our products are handmade with focal points of integrity, quality, and wellness. Add Lily May to your self-care routine and enjoy the benefits of aromatherapy.
Even looking at her setup, I can see how far she has come from her
Ex-
beginnings with us.
Exactly. That was one of our first sponsors on the show. She really my daughter's so silly. She really helped promote us. And we did our best to get her product line, and she's got a real good product line. Matter of fact, I need to be ordering some stuff right now. But let me. It's and I want to go through this stuff kind of quick because I want to make sure we get to all these clips. Now, when you said something about you said we do all of that because we're cheating. What you do to get the man now? You know you got to keep doing this show now.
Look now, I of course you do. But what I was saying was we have to be realistic because you're not doing exactly what you were doing, the continuation of the courtship and the relationship. You're not doing that every day, every single. If when we met, you were bringing me flowers, or you were taking me out to eat. So you gonna take me out to eat every day? You gonna bring me flowers every day? No, that's unrealistic. So my thing is, if you chose a woman who wears wigs and frontals and all of that, you really think she keeps that on 24/7 hours, 24/7? No, she don't.
Well, you got to kind of think about it. When all that stuff first came out, and just being honest now, maybe I'm the only one, I don't know. But when all that weave and frontals and all that stuff first came out, hell, we didn't know. We thought that was your real hair. I didn't know that was.
That's on y'all.
See, we didn't even start talking about it until we start. Look, when y'all start pulling them off and we see that do-rag on your head, we was like, damn, okay, I got you. And but I get it. You're right. The men and the women are not doing the same thing that they were doing. And again, it comes down to what I was saying. It's just life hits you like that and things change. It's nothing. It's nothing. It ain't even that you don't want to do it. It's just like we're just not. You just can't do it, whatever, or
right.
Whatever. Now,
it's an unrealistic expectation to think that, and like I said on the clip, it's always the woman who has to keep up with her appearance, as if she ain't gonna age, gain weight, get sick. Like it's like how you. It's like how they talk about what you call before he died. The man,
Kevin Samuels.
The singer, was it not Earth, Wind and Fire? Yeah, Earth, Wind and Fire, or somebody. One of them famous singers. Like here it is, 40 or 50 years later, this man is still singing, but he don't sound like he did 40 years ago, and people expect him to still sound
Frankie Beverly.
Yeah, you expect this man to still sound the way he sounded 30 years ago when you go to a concert. Knowing the man 77 years old, knowing the man got throat cancer or something like that. That's what I'm saying. It's an unrealistic expectation that people need to just let it get on my nerve. It just gets on my last nerve.
Well, it was one other thing you said. Like, well, no, it was something else that I said, and I still stand by that. Like you said, if you saw us with no makeup on in the grocery store with our sweats on, no, I'd rather meet you like that. This is just me personally. I'd rather meet you like that. Because I know that's you. It ain't no fake facade. I know this is who you really are. Now, once you glam up and be like, oh, okay, that's nice. But for the most part, I'm going to still remember how you were when I first met you. That was my first encounter with you. Donna says we all change mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, and physically over time. nothing stays the same. And that's so true. But like I said in the first clip, you know, when you're with someone and our expectations change, or the other person is not meeting our expectations, what do we do at that point? And I think later on in the clip, we'll kind of some of these clips we'll kind of get into it. But I still have my thing that, you know, it's a contract, and sometimes you have to renegotiate those contracts. And I said 6 years ago, I'll say it today. If you stick with it and you're not happy, somebody's not gonna be happy. If nothing changes, somebody's not gonna be happy. So we
Absolutely.
you know, we kind of have to be smart about it. I'm trying to go through all these comments. I ain't never seen a fisherman give a fish a worm after they've caught it. I'm just kidding. Don't, man, Raymond, boy, they're so crazy. Everybody always say so.
I'ma tell it, Ray. I'ma tell it.
He'll get out of it. He's slick. He'll get out of it. Me personally, I want to see you in all the seasons.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Like I said, if you want a mannequin, go get a mannequin, because that ain't gonna change. It's gonna look the same the whole time. But a human being is going to change.
Yeah, they are. But again, it's like I said. I mean, and then sometimes you just like I know now as we get older, it's like certain things aren't the top thing on your level. And I think I'm explaining it later on how the way that I think at 20 and 30 and 40 is different from the way I'm thinking at 50 and 55 now. So now sometimes and I think Terry made the point of don't give up too soon, because you should be able to get to that level where you both agree that, okay, this is enough sex, this is enough spending, this is enough going out, this is enough whatever the case might be. But this next clip drew a lot of calls, a lot of comments, and this your guy. This your guy, show enough. This your guy. You'll see. Back off this commercial break. I want to comment on a comment that somebody made, but we got somebody on the phone line right now. JG, how you doing today?
Oh man, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Hey, just let everybody know this JG. This one of my guys from the military. We got him on the line. Sharita, go ahead and hit him with this question, because I know he's gonna have a fire answer for you.
JG.
Welcome to the show, by the way. I'm sorry. Welcome to
the show.
I appreciate that.
We all throw it off because we already just hot heat. So the question is, if you are in a relationship, marriage or a committed relationship, and I was saying that the woman most times is the one that asks for monogamy or exclusivity, meaning you ain't having sex with nobody else but me. So you get into the relationship and the man has a very high sex drive. And at some point, she's like, get up off me. We ain't finna do this all day, all night, like we were doing in the beginning. Like, come on now. So what do you do in that situation when she ain't giving it to you like you was getting it, but you still got this high sex drive? What do you do in that situation, JG?
I'm about to trade in. That's what I'm about to do.
My boy,
trade in.
He gonna trade in.
I'm trading in.
So Dara, do you agree with those comments? You gonna trade it in too?
Well, hey, I need to be real on this one. I think that brother spot on when he was talking about how you want somebody to be presentable and stuff like that, which is cool. That's cool. But I'm hearing Miss Rita talking, and how you got to do this and do that. The man has to do it too. They have to do that part. They're on the P's and Q's 24/7. We don't just try to get what we can get when it's that time. We court throughout the day. It's hard for a guy. We court throughout the day, and it's from waking up in the morning, maybe cooking some breakfast, maybe maybe cooking some breakfast, maybe taking you out to lunch, maybe commenting on how you look, how you smell. Hey, let me hold you. Let's sit down and watch a movie. We courting all day to get to where we need to get to make you understand that, hey, this is a two-way street here. You're not just doing it by yourself. But then to do all that the whole day and somebody say, hey, get off me, I'm tired. Nah, you better get traded. I don't know what NFL team you're going to, but you about to get traded. Got to.
Okay, so you would end a relationship because you're not getting sex 5 times a day.
No. I'm being facetious here, but as far as being traded. But the thing about it, as men, we talk. We try to negotiate. We try to, look at your point of view. Men get a bad rap. We step outside of ourselves and put ourselves in the woman's shoe. What would I do if I was if somebody came at me like that? What would I not do? So we reevaluate ourselves and come a different way. But it's still not good enough. So when is it ever good enough? You know what? I'm not I don't have these master's and scholars degree, but I think I've linked the woman's wants to high blood pressure of men. I swear. Y'all, men ain't dying because of guns. We dying because y'all don't know what the hell y'all want. We're constantly trying to please. Everything we do, we're trying to please the woman. Whether it's whatever you ask for, wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do. Even if you can't damn cook, we eating nasty food. It's good. I got a partner that lost all his taste buds. He don't know what that tastes like. You know what I'm saying? He don't know what it tastes like.
JG. Where
I'm ready for you.
Where these men that you're talking about? All this stuff that you just said, those aren't the men that these women are running across.
You know what? They need to figure out what they doing wrong then.
No, it ain't what they doing. Why it gotta be something that the woman is doing wrong?
Because you know what? You attract what you are. You attract what you are.
And on this same token, like you just said, if you attract what you are, why would you be with a woman who does not have the same sex drive as you?
See, that's where you're wrong. Now, and that's where that's why I said the high blood pressure come in at. That's what high blood pressure come in at right there. So what happens? We had an even kill, right? We got it. We're there with each other in the beginning. And somewhere in the middle to the end, it's about, well, I've done this, I've done that. Hey, take what you get. I'm not doing no more. This is all you get. This is me. I'm not gonna go the extra mile anymore. But see, you go the extra mile to get us, but you don't maintain that, which is the problem. But the man, he has to continue to maintain what he's doing because he's got to continue to look attractive. He got to continue to provide. He got to continue to whatever a woman wants. He got to continue to keep that in line, keep that in check. The woman doesn't. At some point, I don't want to.
JG.
I don't go nowhere. I don't want blah blah. Go ahead.
Now I know. I'm still asking the question. You sound like you're talking about the women, not the men. What is men that you talking about? Because again, the majority of the time, it is not the men who got to keep up the appearance and keep up the.
No.
You just heard Terry say what you just said, but he talking about the woman.
No. The woman needs to do something, and that's what I'm saying.
And
they cut it off. The man continues throughout.
Yeah, you're right. She's doing something. She putting that wig on the hook when she get off of work. Then go in there and put that do-rag on. And looking like Tupac Shakur.
We gonna let JG wrap.
I don't want to. I know
the phones are blowing up. The
phone line is going. JG, I appreciate you calling. We got some more calls, man. Look, If you can call back in, call back in. But we got. I'm gonna let somebody else get on because it seems like they're coming for you. So make sure you stay on the show and listen to what they got to say.
Oh, I got. No, I'm ready. I'm ready to come back. I'm ready to come back.
Okay, man. Okay.
We're gonna call you back, JG.
When I tell you that, man, look, we needed 4 call-in lines that day. Them folks
We
calling.
needed 4 lines midnight.
Them folks was mine. They was on JG head. They finna jump on my boy Terry head, but hey, it is what it is. Now, both of y'all made a good point. I ain't even gonna lie. Both of y'all made a good point. I'm gonna say this.
Right.
Like his thing was you attract what you are, which to me, he kind of set himself up because if you attract what you are, then you got what you was attracted to. So
exactly.
you kind of messed your own argument up. Now, I'm gonna use your scenario on the other thing that he was saying, or you said when you asked the question, where are those men at? And I think somebody, Dorothy, Lisa, she made the same comment. Where are these men at? These men are out there, and since I personally know JG, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. JG, we was in the Marine Corps together. He still looked like he in the Marine Corps. Every time I talk to him or get a chance, to reach out to him, he either going to the gym or doing something healthy. He still looked the same. He is a high income earner. Not trying to put his business out there, but he is a high income earner. So just like these men are looking for these. I would say high value. So we're discussing that. Like, I know you will say the women y'all looking for ain't on your level. You ain't on their level, so that's why you can't find them. So maybe that's why y'all can't find what y'all looking for because we just ain't on that level. And it's nothing wrong with it. It's a whole different group of people that's living their life. And it's almost a world that we don't know and don't understand. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a shout. It's not trying to put nobody down. It's just the reality of it.
Right.
But even with that, they make bad choices just like we make bad choices. So in the end, it's all the same. I don't know what this means, but okay. Look, I'm just gonna go on to the next clip. If I can find it, where is it? Here you go. I'm just gonna go on to the next clip because this was like a heated debate between one of Sharita's friends and T. Will. It's getting hot in here.
Where your disclaimer? Because a lot of that stuff JG said, I don't agree with it. Sean, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. Telling my wife right now, I don't agree with it.
Because it's not true. It's not true, Terry. Terry, you telling the truth. You are telling the truth. You are talking about how the women are expected to do what everything that you said. Now that's the truth. It is the truth. But I don't think I just ain't ran across what JG talking about. That I don't know nothing about.
Well, I don't totally agree with everything.
Hello.
Hold on, we got another caller in. Caller, you got something you want to say?
Tell us your name and where you from, caller.
My name is Sandra Jordan, and I am from Douglasville, Georgia.
Hey, Sam.
How you doing?
Hey, Shelly. Yes.
Come on with your comment, girl.
Okay, I want to go back to the guy that made that statement about I don't wear my wig all day long, and he expected me to have that at home.
That's me, ma'am.
Wig. You don't want me with the wig. You want what I can do for you. So the wig ain't gonna matter. I'm gonna tell what I can do to get you in the right place.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
Let her get a comment.
No. We're gonna stop her right there. Excuse me, ma'am. But if I'm gonna be intimate to you, and just say you just so happen to be bald up under that wig, so you try to tell me that I need to be trying to be intimate and
you ain't screwing.
Well, first of all, you knew that I was bald headed when you met me. So it's all about when you met me, you knew that I was bald headed before that.
No, I didn't, because you never. No, I didn't know that because you never did show me that in the beginning. So you lied to me.
If you don't hook up with me, you know that I'm bald headed from the get go.
No, you didn't show me that. You didn't show me that.
Crazy. The point of it is that ain't what you want what I can do for you. So if regardless of what you got at home, let's cancel out of me. You playing with all the shenanigans now. Let's be real with it. If you said you were a female and you met me and you met me out, you know what type of a woman that you're looking for from day one. You know what you're looking for. So real talk, me and you done had that conversation. We done talked, and clearly I'm your girl if I'm at your house, and you know that I go to work with this wig, and you know that I wear that. So you already know what I look like with the wig or without the wig, because you've already said if I wore the wig 12 hours a day, you still expect me to have this when I get home. So I'm your girl anyway. So regardless of what I look like once I put that wig on, we're already in that relationship. It's about how I make you feel as a man. So if I'm going to make you feel, and I'm talking about the intimacy from the beginning until the end. So I done made it that way. Dead up, straight up off the top. I already made it that way. That's what you're looking for from me, is the intimacy.
Yeah, but a part of that intimacy is arousal. A part of that intimacy is arousal.
I don't know who your girl is, but whoever she is, if she listens to all this.
She listens to all it.
She listening.
I'm already knowing that she ain't going with that.
No, she ain't going with that, but I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about maybe past relationships.
Just to be okay.
Only thing I'm saying is what's your name again? What's your name?
Sandra.
Miss Sandra, I appreciate your comments. The only thing that I'm saying about this is that, you know, and you going back to when we first met, I knew you were bald. Okay, it's not about the hair and all that. It's the, you know, you gotta keep looking good when you. I can't. And I'm just talking for me personally. I ain't talking for all men, but I just can't, you know, be aroused if you're not, you know, looking like you would look in the morning time and all. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it fresh. That's all I'm saying. You know,
okay,
it ain't got nothing to do with ball.
That's fine. I'm gonna get with you with that. I can get with that, but I'm gonna flip it a little bit. Just like I changed in that relationship. You ended up with that pop belly. You ended up with this mustache. And all you still have to say that you were when I first met you. And I'm okay with that. And I'm still going to do the intimacy thing with you because it's about you. I'm just saying.
Okay, let me. Men and women differ on that. And then that's just no. See, you're not a man, so you can't answer for a man, Sharita. Men and women think different when it comes to that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you that men and women think different when it comes to that.
No, sir.
I'll go with that. I'll go with that because men are visual. Men are more visual. And women are more emotional, so I will go with that. You're absolutely right on that. But
the whole thing is like we said in the beginning. You have to be willing to make those compromises, because if your husband wasn't a drunk when you first met him and he becomes one, then you have to make a determination that you still want to stay with him based on the fact that he doesn't want to give up drinking.
Yeah, but she could have been the reason why he became a drunk. You gotta look. You know.
Well, that's what I said. You got to reevaluate. Miss Sandra, go ahead and get one more quick comment out. We got to go to another call. But go ahead and finish what you were about to say.
And I'm still gonna own that because I'm a little older than you guys. I'm over into this 50 thing, the late part of the 50s. And my thing of the matter of it is that whoever said that she probably was the one that made him a drunk. To me, as old as I am in life, I personally think that if you started drinking like that, there's a reason. So we're going to get to the bottom of this thing and find out why things are not working the way that it should. That's even in the intimacy part of it, because there's a reason for everything. So let's go back and just check out our reason why we had to change.
Well, I can deal with that. Miss Sanders, we appreciate you calling in. Make sure you and be a regular caller because I like you.
I like Miss Sandra too.
to do that. Bye, Sheree.
Bye, Sid. That's my friend, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
That was a good one.
Look,
That was a good one.
it wasn't many times that me and Terry agreed on some of these, but I gotta give it to him. He was kind of right on that. And it's based on and it's based on the fact that and we discuss this on the show all the time. Men are visual creatures. So we don't get too much into the emotional side of it. We just, if we see something we like it, and we want to do what we want to do with it and all of that. Women, the reason why the women can accept the pot belly, the reason why the women can accept lesser things is because they are emotionally attached. So by being emotionally attached, they don't care as much. I'm not saying they don't care at all, but they don't care as much about the physical as long as you treating her right. That's what matters more to her than your physical appearance. And I think as men get older, we start looking at it more from that emotional standpoint versus that physical standpoint, where like as you get older, you just want peace. Whatever's gonna bring you peace is what you want. And you might not get that same peace with it, as you said, Sharita, somewhere on here. Them tens ain't just falling out the sky like rain.
Thank you.
What
Thank you.
Dorothy got a lot to say. She said Sandra took care of that. What part was right? I just explained what part was right. You might not agree, but the point he's making, and even if he was talking about his wife, I still get it. You put in 8 hours a day, you looking good on your day job, and then you come home and you just strip down, and and I think the point I made was it's unrealistic to think that woman is gonna stay glammed up all day and half the night just for your pleasure. But I think what Terry was saying is, you might not do it every day, but at some point we want to see what the rest of the world's seeing too. We want to see
And you will. But that like I said, you can't expect. It's just like expect. And I just saw something before we had came on, and it said a woman in a committed relationship or a marriage, when she gets into that, 7 hours are added. 7 hours of work is added to her being in a relationship, meaning 7 more hours of her day is added simply because she's in a relationship with a man, because of the extra she has to do for him. And it's true.
What was the number of hours for the man?
That ain't what the was about.
I guarantee you, when you add it up, it's probably the same thing.
He don't come home and is expected to still work after he gets home. The expectation, it's not cleaning. You're not cleaning. You're not cooking. You're not taking care of the children.
That's not true.
Not the majority. Come on now.
Okay, but you still doing something. I'm making sure you got gas in your car. I'm making sure. Now, you might be cleaning the inside, but who outside cutting the grass, trimming the bushes, and doing all of the maintenance? Who?
Weekend. Once every 2 weeks. I'm talking about daily. This is daily for women.
You're doing something daily. And I'm saying it from the perspective of, I'm looking at it from the perspective of, if I'm single, what I'm doing when I get out versus what I'm doing if I'm with someone. So the numbers probably
it's not the same. Go ahead.
I was delivering mail in the heat all day. Don't expect me to be glamorous, but you might get something to eat. Well, that's different. You ain't out there looking like, you know, so the expectations might be a little lowered. We talking about those women that's look like Halle Berry when they look like Halle Berry when they leave in the morning, then they look like Whoopi Goldberg when they make it home.
And
No
is.
shot against neither one of them because I like both of those, but that's just a point.
Whoopi look better than Halle.
Whoopi
I
look
mean-
good. Whoopi look good. She's aging well.
Yep.
I don't know if this a call or a telemarketer. Nah, that got to be a telemarketer. Let me see. Yeah, that's a telemarketer. They not
We ain't
getting
even
on-
had no number.
they not getting on the show. Let's go ahead to this next clip. I don't know what I think this is my friend Natasha on this clip. I'm finna get roasted right now. I got somebody. She told me, hello,
Hello?
Miss Patterson.
Yes, yes.
You live on the air. I know you said you was coming at somebody. Look, the floor is yours.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Live on the air.
What
You
are
got
you
the
listening?
background.
what are
Tell
you
the
listening-
background
are
down.
you listening to
Cut your background down. You
Hello,
on
can you guys hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
You
You
gotta
live
turn-
on
you
there.
gotta
Cut your radio or whatever you listen to. Cut it down.
Oh, well, I have you on. I have you on. Wait a minute.
Just turn it all the way down.
So now because I have you guys on my laptop and then I'm calling on my phone, so that's why I can't hear
Put
you.
the laptop down. No.
Okay.
The floor
Okay,
is yours.
all I wanted to say was, so I'm listening to this, and so the initial question is, we will discuss why women ask men to be monogamous. Okay, all I wanted to say was, so I'm listening to this, and so the initial question is, we will discuss why women ask men to be monogamous in relationships, but then
Cut your laptop down.
I did it.
Okay.
But then feel pressure to fulfill the man's sexual needs, right? And then does this lead to cheating or divorce? And then Terry says, women, you can't go out looking all pretty and then come back in the house because we have to. I don't know where you guys are in like your lives as far as age and maturity, but I just think that at some point, right, as we develop and grow, like intimacy is not just sex, right? So there has to be a whole picture of it. It's not just whether she looks attractive to me on the outside. It's like there's a closeness and a connection that arouses people to another person. If it's still what they look like, then we going way back 20, 30 years when we were in our 20s, and don't nobody look like how they did when they were in their 20s. So if we can't get past like a physical thing, then that's kind of problematic. I understand what JG is saying, right? He says the same thing. Men have to keep themselves just as well as women have to keep ourselves. And so yes, it's a two-way street. Both people have to take care of themselves. But if it can't be more than just a physical attraction, then we're in trouble as mature grown-ass people, because like you said, so at some point, sex, right, is more than, because our physical bodies as we get older kind of betray ourselves. You guys can talk about all you want to about your sex drive as men, but sometimes it's like JG said, if there's high blood pressure or something like that, and you taking medicine, then you might not be able to get up like you used to get up. For women, as we get older and we go through menopause, we may not be as moist as we were when we were younger. So at some point, we're going to have to make connections, some real connections that go beyond past the physical, whatever you guys want to say. Will, go ahead.
Okay, the only thing I'm saying is all this is being taken out of context, because yes, as we get older, we're not going to have the same external beauty and all that type of stuff. I get that, but it's the difference. My point was still trying to look nice for your mate. Still trying to look nice for your mate, whether it's the man or the woman. I'm not taking any sides. I'm just saying being presentable to your mate. So as far as saying, hey, you're getting older, so I don't want you anymore. I don't do that type of stuff. I'm happily married. I'm good. But at the same time, I feel like that whatever you brought into the marriage, you need to keep it going. Don't just do it in the beginning and you looking like a 5-star chick. all between in the beginning of the relationship, but once the relationship started or you've been in it a while, then you want to be a 2-star chick. That ain't gonna work.
Ain't no way nobody dropping from a 5 to a 2.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them that's dropping from a 5 to a 2. And that was good to give them a 2.
Nobody knows.
Okay, now I don't really want to take sides in this, but I'm gonna say this. Natasha, you still on the line? You need to cut your laptop down.
I can't hear you guys if I cut my laptop down, but okay.
You hear us through your phone, baby.
Natasha,
Okay.
still on the line?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Of course, you're not if I could have my 20-year-old body, look, it's a reason why we don't. Because if you still had your 20-year-old body and you could do what you could do at 20, you'd still be doing what you doing at what you was doing.
Man, look, if I can have that 20-year-old body back.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, when you get married or you've been in a relationship with somebody for a long time, at some point it reaches a point where I ain't saying it don't matter how you look or it don't this and it don't that, but it gets to a point where the realization is that okay, we are where we are, and it's still I still say it's you have to relook at that contract. Are we gonna say now that okay? You might look at it and say, hey, I can't deal with that pot belly, or I can't deal with this. I can't deal with you not wanting to have sex every night or every other night or whatever you come up with. So somebody either gonna be unhappy in the relationship or you're gonna have to make changes. And that's I want to bring up the comment that Roberta Collins put out. It's saying the contract shouldn't be changed. I disagree with that. I mean, it's not about wanting to walk out or anything like that. It's when I made a decision at 20 or 30, I'm 50 now. I don't think the same way at 50 that I thought at 30. So we have to evaluate. So we either gonna
So then it's not tearing up the contract. It's just a
no. You're not tearing
renegotiation.
It's like
renegotiation.
Okay.
Oh, it's not about
it's like a refinance, like a refinance of a house. You take what you got and you refinance it and you tweak it and you do whatever.
And you might say, okay, well, I can't agree with that, or I can't deal with that. Now that's when you say, okay, I love you and I don't want to leave, and you either work it out or somebody gonna be unhappy. That's all I'm saying. I'm just being real, and I might be wrong, but that's the way I feel. Somebody gonna either be unhappy and stay in their relationship and try to deal with what they know they unhappy with, which if you love somebody, you will make those sacrifices, but you still gonna be unhappy.
So I have another question then. Is the expectation to always be happy in the relationship?
Thank you. Come on, girl.
Happy sometimes the other person may not be happy at the same time. And then maybe we may be happy at the same time. So is that, but you still kind of weather the storm. You continue to go through.
You gotta weather the storm.
It's being unrealistic to think that every day is going to be sunny. It's unrealistic to think that every day your 10 is going to be a 10. That's unrealistic thinking.
Well, let me tell you something. And people got to realize this, like in my situation, I love my wife. I ain't going nowhere. We have a bunch of ups and we have a bunch of downs. But let me just tell you this. The devil's job is to seek, kill, and destroy. Anything, relationships, all that type of stuff right there. So you got to be conscious to what you're doing and be able to compromise. Everybody's going to have bad days. Like I said, don't take, to the audience, don't take what I'm saying out of context. It has nothing. I think my wife is absolutely beautiful. If my wife decided to come home and put up her wig on the hook or whatever, I mean, I'm talking to her too. I'm just not talking to everybody out here, but I'm just saying to me, and I'm not speaking for all men, I'm just speaking for me, that to me, I would like to look over there, we laying in bed, that you still got your nice little frontal on, you got your nice little wig, so, damn, just in awe. Instead of a do-rag or something tied around your head, some pantyhose or something tied around your head and looking over there, even though you're
cowboy crap.
What?
I think it's time for another commercial.
Boy, that was good. That was I just keep saying it.
I mean,
There were awesome points. There were awesome points on both sides on that one. That just was.
it was, and you know, like I don't like, and we said at the end of every show, we want people to learn something from these shows, not just, you know, it's not. And sometimes I know it seems like it's male versus female and all of that, but it's not. It's not that. It's male and female trying to learn a little bit more about each other so we can come together and make things work. She made the point of, are you supposed to be happy every day? Of course, we have ups, we have downs, but just because it's raining don't mean I can't still be happy. If that makes sense. The point I'm making is it's the difference between we just going through something and I'm just not happy. Even when you see, when you're unhappy to the point that even if they do the things that you're asking them to do and you still feel that way, that means it's something deeper than whatever it was you were asking for. Again, that's where the communication come in at. And you have to start communicating before it gets to that point. Because I know women, when y'all done, y'all done. It don't matter what we come back and say after that. When y'all done, y'all done. It's too late for me to come back and say, oh, babe, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Women, y'all don't operate like that. When y'all done, and some people say, yeah, because they gone on to the next dude, but it is what it is.
I think her point about being happy was not as the way you're taking it. I think what she meant was when she said, do you expect for them to always be happy, means that we're two different personalities, two different people. Just because when you came home and it's raining, but you're still happy, doesn't mean I'm going to share that sentiment with you. It doesn't mean I have to share that sentiment with you. It doesn't mean I'm unhappy. It just means we are not on the same wavelength today. I think that's what I'm assuming that's what you meant. And in that, it means that just because, you know, you're happy and you in the mood, you expect me to be just because you are? No. And it may not be something wrong with you. It may not be that it's you. I may have just had a bad day. I may have had a bad day. That don't mean day.
There's a difference between a bad day and just not being happy. And I look at that, and I don't agree with a lot of things about Will and Jada, but I do agree with the fact that Will said him and Jada had to come to the realization that it wasn't their obligation to make the other person happy. They have to make themselves happy.
Absolutely.
Then when we come together, my happiness is my happiness. It has nothing to do with your sorrow or happiness. It's I'm just happy. So I get it. I understand that part of it, but I know even the best relationships that we might think we know about, they have problems, but it's a difference between having an issue and just not being happy. Happy is something totally different. And I like what Jessica said right here. She said the contract may stay the same, but the partner might not qualify anymore. Meaning some folks are great to struggle with and not great to grow with. That's kind of deep. Because I always thought, you know, if you go through that struggle, if we go through that struggle, we get out of that struggle. But Jessica's saying, hey, maybe we needed each other for the struggle, but we can't grow together.
And absolutely. And I think that's where people stay in relationships that they should have been left. They should have been left them. But like the things that we do with the knowledge that we don't have, which is, like you just said, could have just took it as that, had a conversation and said, hey, you know what? I think this was our season. I think this is where we were meant to, get off this ride. We good. We're here. We ain't mad at each other. It's just we are not aligned to stay on the same road. I'm finna go left and I'm gonna let you go right. And that's just it. But instead, people stay together 30, 40 years in that bug because they think that's what they're supposed to do because you went through the struggle with me.
I'm finna make y'all mad.
Oh Lord.
It's kind of like the NFL. It's kind of like the college basketball player and football player. And you struggle with me all the way through college, but now I'm in the pros. It's time to move on, babe. I'm sorry. No, that's different. That's different. That's different.
That's different.
Okay. You want to take this one?
Starting a relationship is just like starting a new job. You put your all into impressing your boss at first, but then over time you start feeling overworked and underappreciated, and you start half working. The pay given doesn't match the work given. An employee wants to feel wanted and appreciated and compensated. I had to add that for you. True. Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know if I can put all of that together. I understand the gist of it.
It's already together. You ain't gotta put it.
But being a business owner and knowing how well I treat my employees, even with that, there are still times where I'm like, man, look, let me get somebody else up in here. Because if your expectations are all of those things and I'm giving that to you, but I'm still getting complaints at the account because you didn't do what you were supposed to be doing, you shouldn't feel bad if I say, hey, things just ain't working out right now. I'm gonna go another route. I'm just saying. I mean, every person I ever hired started off great. And I always thought, and I got a good crew now. Don't get me wrong, I got a real good crew now. They've been with me. I'm talking about it's been people that started off so good that had me saying, you know what, I'm gonna be able to branch out because I can put this person, I can put them in the spot that I'm in and move up and help them move up. Man, about after 2 or 3 paychecks, I'm like, man, what in the hell am I doing? But I get it. It's similar to that. I'm happy, Big D. I just want Donna to go ham on me, spice it up, baby.
He over there drunk, talking crazy. He finna get cut.
It's Cinco de Mayo. He drunk. He drinking. Don't let him drink, Donna. Donna on here just as calm as I don't know. She just as calm. Donna won't. Yeah, he drinking. Donna won't. Did you? What? Donna, what did you put in my Cinco de Mayo?
She ain't put nothing in your.
She either put something in there to get him ready for tonight, or she put something in there to put his ass to bed for tonight. It's one of the two. Spicing it up is fine, but also romancing it up is needed too. Ben, are you listening? Now it kind of seems like we having a little lovers spat right here now. They going back and forth a little bit. So I'm gonna have to call them and talk to them. We got two more clips. I want to get both of those out. I might say Jessica forgot the contract. It's been breached. Communication is the key. And see, communication. We talked about this. So no, communication is the key. You gotta get communication in. While communication is undoubtedly important, active listening. See, There it go right there.
Absolutely.
Listening is that's what counts. And you know, when you debating or getting into an argument, whatever you want to call it, you so busy trying to get your point across, you ain't even paying attention to what they saying. You just waiting on your turn so you can light them up and try to get them. So yeah, that's what you said is absolutely right. Active listening, that's the key.
Right.
Don, some drinks. I know you did mix some drinks early. That's why you do evaluation, and
that's why analysis show do.
Okay, what is SWOT? See, Jessica always be on here trying to get all technical. I probably know what it is, but shit, just tell me, spell it out so I can know. Yeah, I don't use them acronyms and shit like that. That part putting him to sleep. Yeah, she finna put him to sleep tonight. I believe. Okay, we're gonna go to this next clip. We got 2 more clips. I still won't get show enough commercial in because the special's still going on, and get you guys to comment on these last 2. I think this JG calling back in, maybe.
No sound sets on that commercial, don't you?
Yeah,
What was that?
announcement. That was the church announcement lady. Hey, y'all.
I don't know who sounded sexy, you or her, Daryl.
I think Daryl in the running on that one.
Whatever. JG called back in. He said he can't let this slide like this. JG, shoot him out, JG.
Man, you know what? I have to agree with you on the whole contract deal. The contract should, has to be renegotiated. As far as I think my boy T. Will here doing a little backpedaling from what he's saying. I think he sound like he about to be the dog.
No, I ain't backpedaling, but you always, what you say?
No. So what now?
Where exactly do you say?
Windy City.
See, you the Windy City, I'm not gonna let nobody 2,000 miles away mess up my household. So everything you say, I don't agree with. Sean, you hear me? I don't agree with it.
Oh, that's gonna sound like you messed up your own household. That's why you backpedaling. I'm just listening to you, brother. But on this deal about the monogamy, let me put some on. Darren know very well, and Tasha too, about stuff I've been through in my life, right? I've been through a relationship, a marriage where I was in the marriage, and things were not going well, and we didn't have sex for a year, which is ridiculous, right?
Right.
I'm steady by her side. I'm steady trying to encourage. I'm steady trying to talk to her. Steady trying to see what's going on, what the problem is, things of that nature. But in order for me to continue to be that monogamous guy, that's faithful dude, I'm going to the gym. I'm working out day, night, just focus on other things instead of focusing on trying to do, go outside of what I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to be doing. With all that energy that I'm putting in to stay focused on what that woman wants, it amounted to nothing. I got nothing out of it, nothing positive. We ended up divorcing. But and it's crazy. And it's like, what else can a man do to please a woman? I mean, you want the monogamy. We give you the monogamy, but it's still not enough. Do I need to cut my vein in my blood? So it's just, that's why I say it's a tough question to answer from a guy, because I don't think guys before us knew, our generation know, and guys after us want to know. It's something that we just don't understand why it's like that. And we could, all day long, definitely appreciate the looks, whether they're there or not, or compliment whatever it is there, whatever it's not there. But at the end of the day, that woman needs to, actually just say what she wants. What is it that a guy can do so we can appease what you really want, because we're doing what we think you want. We can't read your mind. We try, but what's the next step we need to take? And I haven't got that question answered from a woman yet.
Mission Impossible.
It's crazy.
Mission Impossible.
Right.
I'm gonna answer it for you. Well, I'm gonna give you my.
It's not an answer to it, but go ahead. I want to hear what you
No,
got to say.
I'm just gonna give you my answer. What I think may be the issue. So, I think the biggest problem is we don't communicate. We just don't communicate. We were not taught proper communication, effective communication when it comes to relationships and marriage. A lot of us get into marriages and relationships based on something we've seen on TV, based on, you saw your uncle in a 20-year, marriage, but you never had a discussion with your uncle about how to be a husband. Or you never had a discussion with your aunt about how to be a wife. You just got into it because you knew that that's what you were supposed to do. I'm supposed to get married. I'm supposed to have children. Nobody communicates. So when the communication breakdown leaves us with, well, I don't know why we haven't had sex for a year. Like, and I'm just using you as an example. If you haven't had sex for a year, and you don't know why, then there's a communication breakdown somewhere. And I understand what you're saying, that you want to know how much more can I give? What else can I do?
Hold on, let me cut you off. Hold on, let me say something. We can't get that information from Uncle George because we ain't married to Aunt Louise. Every woman's different, so what might work for Uncle George might not work for me. So even when you communicate, it's something with every woman in the world, and you can say it's something with every man. It's gonna always be something, but I hate to say it like this, and Patrice, I know she back there listening right now, but at some point it just comes down to you have to decide, okay, am I gonna deal with what I'm dealing with? Right. And most of the time we look at it and say, I might as well just stay where I'm at because ain't nothing else out there. Because if you go find another woman, yeah, she might have this and she might have that, but I bet you for damn sure it's gonna be something. You're gonna be like, oh shit, I should have stayed where I was at.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now you are the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Of course, he ain't whoever uncle was married to. I meant that we don't even know the foundation of a relationship. I ain't talking about specifically two people. I'm talking about we never learned the foundations of how to be in a relationship or a marriage. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter who it is.
Let me say this then. So let's bring in communication back into the pot. Right now, we go into counseling. We've talked personally in our home. We've gone to counseling. I mean, how much communication can there be? I mean, there's nothing
daily.
A guy can't pull out from somebody that want to give. I mean, so
if that person unhappy, that person just unhappy. Whether it's the man or the woman, that person unhappy. You could be doing everything right, and it's just something that they not happy about. That's why I said you have to reevaluate the contract and figure out, do we stay in this or is it better for us to move on? I'd rather move on and stay friends than to be in something and not be happy with a person. It was a little bit more to that, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off because I want to play this last clip so we can go ahead. That'll be the last one. I don't forget what it was, but I know it was something I wanted to make sure we got to it. You got anything to say, Sharita? Because you looking like you want to say something.
No, I said what I said on the clip.
And I still don't agree, but it is what it is.
I said.
The question I was going to ask you is, well, if we depending on, and you say the foundation of communication and relationships and all of that, where do we get that information from?
Like I said, you get it from your environment. Right or wrong is what I was saying. You get it from your environment. Where else are you going to get it? How? Okay. Where else? So there's not a book on how to
It's-
be married.
Well, they
There's
probably
not a
got
book.
books. They probably got a book out now. But it probably ain't worth
But
none.
the person who wrote that book based it on their idea of what a marriage is. So, like I said, we're not gonna get it from them. We're gonna get it from our environment, what we saw, what we heard, what we read. That's what I'm saying. But a lot of us didn't do that. We didn't seek out the information. We just got married. You
Yeah,
got
but
married.
but see, that's what I'm saying. When you get it from the uncle and the auntie who've been together for 50 years. Now, most times, women of today, they're not gonna want to hear what she got to say because they're gonna be like, "Oh, it ain't like that no more, auntie. I ain't doing that." And you might look at Uncle George and be like, "Oh, Uncle, it ain't no man. You gotta." So that's what I'm saying. When you, it's
I'm
a
not
it's a
saying
it's a live and
you
learn
feel-
experience to
you feel-
me.
I think you're still thinking that I'm saying take your pointers from uncle and aunt. That's not what I'm saying.
You said your
I'm
environment. If you're saying your environment, who else in your environment that you getting it from? I'm saying I'm not finna take advice in my environment from somebody who out here cheating on their spouse. That's part of my environment.
That's not what I'm saying, Daryl.
Hold on,
That's not what I'm saying.
write that down because that need to be the next show. Let me play this last. I don't even know what this last clip is, but I just want to try to get it in right quick. Parents is when you 20, all you looking at is, man, she got a nice shape, she got a big ass, she look good. You don't give a
Forget
damn.
all that, man. Forget all that.
You don't care.
If you sit up there and pay the bills, a man's job is to make sure to provide a roof over the woman's head and food on her table. So if I tell you get up there and swing on that chandelier like Tarzan, get to it. If what I'm doing, what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, I can agree with that brother on that one. That was
It
back in the day.
can't work like that now. It
What
don't
are you
work
talking
like
about?
it don't work like that now.
No, these women need to have their own job, own career. They need to have that. They need to be, productive folks in society too.
And they are. So what's your point?
Not saying that they're not. Not saying they're not. I mean, nobody's saying they're not. I'm just telling this brother, they need to be. He's like, hey, I'm making all the money. I'm paying all the bills. So swing on the light.
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And then you know what?
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
You know what? There's a passage in the Bible. And to me, the Bible is truth as far as talking about being submissive. Okay? Don't get it wrong when it's saying submissive.
Go ahead, but they don't want to hear that. That's different.
Well, I don't care what they want to hear. I'm speaking the truth, and I'm telling you, if don't believe me, I'm not gonna tell you about it. Google submissiveness in scriptures in the Bible, and then you go from there, and then we can take it up from there. So it's sort of like an example. You shouldn't forbid your well, I'm speaking as a married couple. If you got a headache or something, you don't feel like sex, that's a reason not to have sex. Okay? If you got something going on with your body, a woman problem, you don't want to have sex, that's a reason not to have sex. It's not a problem. If you don't have any of those type of symptoms, and your husband, and I'm just speaking for the man point of view, it goes for the women too. So I'm not taking sides, but what I'm saying, I'm speaking as a man. If they ask you for some, and you don't have any kind of physical, anything wrong or anything like that, you go drop it off. And if you don't believe me, like I said, Google submissiveness as far as the Bible is concerned.
You know what? I gotta agree with that, brother. That is there, and I agree with him on that. But you know what? I think we need to I think people need to interpret it a different way. You can't interpret it back then. You got to interpret it based on what society is at this point. You can't. That's something different at this point. You can't say, hey, I'm in the club and I'm gonna beat you over your head if you don't give me this right here because that's supposed to.
I ain't saying that, man. You see that you talking about beating over the head. I ain't saying. Look, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm not gonna threaten nobody. I'm just saying.
I think what he was trying to explain was that a lot of people take biblical scriptures and try to apply them to 2020. But that scripture that you quoted, when it was written in whenever 2000 BC. And
It's still the Bible, sweetheart. It's still the Bible. The Bible don't change. The Bible don't change.
Yes, it do.
No, it don't.
Okay. Oh, it don't change. It don't change.
I don't want to read you about
it's okay. So it's okay for us to continue to be slaves then, right? If it don't change.
We going off point now. Let's reel this back. Yeah, let's reel this back on.
I said what I said.
Yeah, that thing got a little heated right there. And you know, we said we was gonna revisit that, but we never did on the Bible scriptures and all of that. That's what I need. Randolph and Rodney Kirkwood and all them guys. I need them to come together, and then we could have that meeting right there. We had an hour and a half. That's as far as I wanted to take it. I hope you guys enjoyed a blast from the past. I'm just so and it wasn't, we haven't been doing it consistently since 2020, but we have been doing it consistently since we started back in what, 2020, was it 2024? We started like the end of 2024, and December of 2025 made a year, and we still been going. So, you know, I ain't look at the subscription to see if we got some new subscribers or anything. But I'm happy with the way we're going. I enjoy you guys, and I'm gonna cut this off. Normally I go through the list, but I know Jessica, Randolph, Miss Drill, Dorothy, Cousin Pat, Miss Identity, Miss Identify, and Wayne, Ben, Donna, all of them always join us on the show, and we definitely appreciate it. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Just this last quick comment. That's true, Terry. God's way is right. It doesn't matter when it was written. God's way is right always.
Everybody don't believe in God, so you can't say that.
Yeah, it's for the
believers. That's who that's for. And it's for the believers who have read for themselves. That's who that's for.
No, I don't even think
and the problem is we're gonna end it. But the problem is some men and women who are God-fearing people pick people who are not. But you expect them to live this biblical life that you don't even live, but you expect that, and that's where problems come. But move on.
Yeah, I just don't like when people pick and choose. That's the only thing. That's the only problem I be having with it. Because they'll go straight to this.
Don't pick Deuteronomy, but you ain't following Ruth. Come on now. That's why
I still got a problem. I got a problem with the Book of Enoch not being in there. But anyway, great show. We might do this again one day. Maybe one of the more spicier, juicier throwbacks. I just played that one because that was like one of our first Matters of the Heart. It wasn't even called Matters of the Heart. We were still, as y'all saw on the top, it was just In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. We just talked about whatever. But we appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll have another great show for you guys next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. We appreciate everybody. Alberta, I forgot her, and Michelle came back in for a minute, so I'm glad they came in. But with that being said, the special still on with the peptide, so y'all gonna have to get in contact with Sharita to get all of that. But the special still on. And
fully stopped. Oh, this thing green, so you can't see it. Fully stopped.
So she fully stocked. Hey, gas prices going up, and eventually these peptide prices finna go up. So y'all better get them now while the special's still on. But hey, we enjoyed you guys. We'll see you again next week.